It's 6 o'clock. That is IMS there in front of the screen with the downtown backdrop there for you at your Tuesday morning start. And it is looking nice and dry to start, which we do need. What you can't see here is just how much cooler it is to start. We got a little break from the humidity, a break from the rain. It's feeling pretty nice out there today, although we are on watch to see if we have some more storms that are headed our way. I'm hoping that's a no.
I know, but when you do get out the door, you mentioned this, so much cooler and feels a little less humid. It might not be at all, Matt, but
Sure.
We're so glad you're with us here at 6 o'clock on your Tuesday. We hope if you're cleaning up or helping family and friends that it's going okay. You are getting a break. We've got some good weather coming in.
But you're spot on. The humidity is lower. It's not deceiving you. It feels different out there this morning. It's not cold, but you're going to think, wow.
Haven't been having
Because we've had,
refreshed weather in a while.
Exactly.
Heat, yeah.
And the first day, everyone in Indiana will be dry for a week.
Okay.
It's been a week since the last time
Gotcha.
we were this dry. We do have some rain chances tomorrow, though, so we'll watch for those. But this morning, enjoy mainly clear skies, other than a little bit of patchy fog and spots. I'm not seeing too much on the cameras specifically right now, but we do have some in western Indiana. We're down to just 58 right now in Carmel. It's a cool start at 61 in Connersville, 60 around Moore, 63. Good morning in Greensburg. We're in the 60s here in Indianapolis with mainly clear skies, but we are seeing the fog develop this morning. We've got a few different pockets. A lot of it is out west from Tippecanoe to Fountain and Montgomery, Putnam counties, but we're also seeing some more develop around Owen County. Spencer, you're going to be the next one up for some of the White River flooding. That's going to crest tomorrow morning. Mile and a half visibility in Bloomington. We're also seeing some more fog develop in parts of Hamilton and Madison County down to 1 mile visibility around Anderson this morning. So we'll keep a close eye on that. But we have 50s on the map this morning and lower humidity. It feels good. It's 60 degrees in Fishers, but you get outside of Fishers at the Carmel, it's 58, or south to McCoursville, it's 59. 59 in Pendleton. Good morning in Richmond, it's 59. It's 61 in Greenfield and 61 in Brownsburg. Bargersville, Center Grove, 61 and 62. Not a bad start in Bloomington at all. I think you're going to like this forecast. After maybe a little patchy fog this morning, enjoy a lot of sunshine. We'll climb to towards 80 degrees later today. Skies are mainly clear, but there is some rain and a few thunderstorms out west. We're going to be talking about when we may get some more thunderstorms here later this week. But Lindsay, dry weather this morning, but we still have some road impacts due to the flood.
Yes, we do, and constantly getting some new information in on that. You mentioned some fog in the area of Anderson, so I did want to take you up to the I-69 corridor here. This is near State Road 9. Not too terribly bad right here along the interstate. Of course, you get into some more rural parts of Madison County. Potentially more grassy areas holding a lot of that moisture close to the surface with that light wind out there. Again, potentially could see some areas of fog, but not looking too bad. This is near Scatterfield Road. Now I want to take you to downtown Indy. This is going to be along the north split where we still have that ramp closure along 65 southbound I-70 westbound. That is expected to reopen in the late summer weeks ahead. So we'll keep an eye on that as well as any backups that develop coming into the city. Guys.
Thank you, Lindsay. Well, neighbors in the Ravenswood community are hoping they're able to return home today.
We've seen floodwaters reaching record highs on the north side of Indianapolis, just west of Keystone Avenue. That's where our Marina Silva is live there in a neighborhood this morning, showing us just what is still left behind. Good morning.
Good morning, ladies. Well, two very different sights that we're seeing here in the Ravenswood area as we were coming into the neighborhood. I see a lot of places that you don't see any water at all, but what you do see, a lot of people putting things that were damaged in the flood out in the curb or dumpsters, things like that. And then there's this side. This is a lot of the water that we're seeing kind of in the back part of the community. And neighbors are really hoping that today is the day everybody can get back home. But again, it really depends on that floodwater. You can see that this goes all of the way back. And some neighbors started coming back to take a look at the damage and even using kayaks to get in. Other neighbors have yet to be able to get to their homes, and they're hoping the water's low enough today to do that. We spoke with one neighbor who waded through the water just to find her home here in Ravenswood. And she says she's seen flooding in the area before, but nothing like this.
I will never forget. I keep saying that the Lord wanted me to learn the lesson. I don't know what it is, but He better give me the strength to get through it before I can learn it. I got a good mind. You know, and I'm very physically able, but I'm 79 years old.
Melanie says she's not planning to leave as this is her home, and the Marion County Emergency Management is hoping the floodwaters have receded enough today to be able to come in and take a look at this damage. So again, this is what you're looking at right now. This is some of the flooding that we're seeing. One of the things that I really want to show you, we're going to pan over here to that fire hydrant. That's how high some of it is over there, again, with the mailboxes that we're seeing. And so this is some of the area that people are still waiting to get into their homes. And there's just so much community support going on, especially for this neighborhood. So coming up at 6:30, I'll share a little bit about what we're seeing there. Ladies.
All right, neighbors that definitely need a helping hand. Thank you, Marina. We'll check in with you soon.
And Marina, talking about all that furniture and the things that need to be thrown away. Well, here's your help. DPW is putting these dumpsters in several locations to help get rid of that. So there is one specifically going into Ravenswood, and obviously it sounds like they need it, and two in Rocky Ripple, which is southwest of Broad Ripple.
DPW says branches and other tree-related debris will not be collected by regular trash service, so instead you should be using one of these dumpsters. They will get them emptied on a regular basis too. We've seen extensive local, state, and federal responses to this flooding, and that is due in part to scenes like this. Part of Hazeldale Parkway in Carmel collapsed.
So now we do know this bridge just south of 106th Street does have to be torn down and replaced. City leaders say it will be complicated.
Our engineers in the highway department have worked all day looking at different procurement methods that will accelerate the replacement of the structure. We are kind of hamstringed with respect to different ways we can do that. We want to be competitive, but we need to move fast.
Hazeldale Parkway is a city road, so that's why Carmel is involved, and then the bridge is in the county's jurisdiction.
Well, over 1,000 people have had to find somewhere to stay as they were evacuated in that kind of flooding.
And now thousands of Hoosiers are stepping up to help and really have been along this whole process. Callie Lichter joins us now with how the state is helping these Hoosiers recover. Good morning, Callie.
Good morning. And the next day, the state will complete its request to President Trump for a major disaster declaration, which would free up resources to help during the flooding. And as of Monday, Governor Mike Braun says that FEMA request would be complete by midweek. He says operations are currently in the response phase across central and eastern Indiana, with some communities moving to the recovery phase. The State Disaster Relief Fund is also being activated, allowing for $5,000 in emergency relief grants for families to get their basic needs met while out of their homes. Braun says the state is still assessing the damage, which will take a few days as waters crest and recede.
You got to remember, a lot of that's going to be associated with floodwaters, and most of it wasn't where it actually rained. It's in places where the rivers haven't even crested yet. So until it crests and then mostly recedes, we won't be able to determine that.
Braun urges people to call 211 if they need temporary housing or resources. And this is what the state is doing. We have more later this hour on what our local community is doing to help the residents.
Which will likely be that immediate response that many of them need. Thank you, Callie.
And it could be 2 weeks before the city park in Tipton is back open. Crews do have to remove the mess and disinfect all the equipment. Right now, there are barricades up to keep people off the property. He also says city leaders are working to organize volunteer opportunities. And the mayor says anyone with damage can also call 211.